Hello there everyone and welcome back. Well, most of my matches last episode were pretty straightforward and not all that challenging. They were a good source of experience and renown for me at least. For I'm getting really damn close to my Despoiler gains up, not its upgrade but its favour in. And that will at the very least complete my roster on that front. And it'll be hopefully just in time for me to move on to another faction I think. For I'm probably going to do 2 more videos. And if somehow I'm going to be looking into some ranked mode, or at least a single ranked mode, if I'm so lucky, but don't hold your breath, that's probably not going to happen, but I'll make the attempt regardless, though. Here's hoping I can continue to get a couple matches in, and ideally, what do I realistically want? I would love nothing more than this Acheron to get to level 10, and maybe the second one to get to level 9. It should be possible, because technically these do require the same amount of battles, since level 8 needs, 8 battles to level up? And the 9th level will require 9 total, so they're pretty close to the same in experience, so that should not be a concern. Ideally, well, if I can get Kill Frenzy to level up a bit. I doubt I'll get to level 8, mind you, but at least it'll be really good progress, and I'll still have to find an opportunity what to do with these Mark 1 Hellbringers, with that said. Alright, looks like a rematch against Calamar. It remains to be seen if he's going to go with the Despoiler or not. I want to assume so maybe I should continue to refine my Acheron play a little bit more, because it seemed really solid the one game I won against with his Despoiler Nat. I just got to remember not to get super aggressive ideally, and would extended sensors be really useful here? I would love to get the R1 to level 8. I just don't know how close it is now. I'm going to attempt not having the extended sensors. This does limit my spotting options a little bit, but I also have camo to kind of be useful in that regard. Here's hoping anyway. There's still a lot of little nuances I'm going to have to keep in mind to get the most out of my Hellbringers, but I feel like they can sneak in there and spot manually really damn well. I just gotta make sure they're able to get out really quickly. For once they start taking lance hits, they're going to be pretty vulnerable against losing their shields with only 100 hit points. Which kind of makes me wish a little bit I put additional void shields on them to at least allow them to take an extra lance hit or well, not really 2 extra lance hits, but I suppose it comes down to what he's actually fielding, mind you. So that is a big scare, because it's really easy for beacons to stick onto my Hellbringers if they get the full broadside of whatever Acherons may be fielded, never mind the Despoiler. But if they're on the prow, if they're somehow in the rear, then that's not nearly as much of an issue, but it is a serious concern with that stead. Because the beacons have a 10,000 ult range to stick on a ship there, 12,500 if you consider the extra, the size of the beacon itself, which sadly I'm not able to show for explanation purposes, but that is very easily 12,000 sensor range, which is the equivalent to what the Widowmaker does. So I am going to get spotted if I try to manually fly in there. It's just a question if I can get outside the 10,000 range to avoid getting stuck before shields go down. Because if this thing's hitting and I can see him coming, I can very easily turn this thing around to immediately boost on out once detected. Although I may have to stick around to make sure that it's, to make sure I keep vision for assault runs. So I think really the strategy is not very good against Chaos, with that said, since of how easy it is for me to get hit even at like 7,000 range. So what are we looking at here? I want to say that's a Despoiler. I wasn't paying attention right away, but it looks like it may even be 3 carrier ships, which would be interesting. So a Mark 1 Hellbringer? Let's see, I don't know. I'm honestly not sure, but we have speed boost, we have emission dissipators, so let's just make sure we know where that's going, which I should be dodging really easily. That should not be too much of a concern, one would hope anyway. But if it's at an angle, that can throw me off a little bit, especially since I am kind of doing it at like an angle. If I rotate the camera, I'm not going to rotate the camera because I feel like it's going to throw people off there quite a bit, but if I had this like 2 dimensions, it'd be so easy to track its pathing. Like right now, I'm not sure if that's actually going to hit my Acheron or not. So maybe this is not the most optimal type of camera angle. The reason I keep it this way is it's the most simplest to keep track of. because with me waving my camera around like this, just a mouse scroll or camera scroll, I'm sure it's confusing enough as is keeping track of everything. God forbid if I start rotating the camera, how much of a nightmare that might play as. So, I want to turn this around. I have camo, so that's always a possibility. Probably not the best idea with that said, but it is still an option. And I could even fire a beacon if I so wish, but let's get ready. I don't know what his game is exactly, but it's 3 standard devastations and 2 Mark 1 Hellbringers and maybe a devastation, so those are looking like Acrons with that said. So it's very similar to what I have. And we're about to spot this one Hellbringer in a moment. So beacon stuck on there. Fine, stick the beacon on the Hellbringer. I'll evade really quickly there. Unfortunately, the Slash Favor is on there. Not that it matters too much just yet. I was hoping to stick a beacon, but I think we're fine. This Hellbringer just needs to get out. It'll repair. And I am in a gas cloud, so I should be fine in a moment. I also have Salt Run available for deny being spotted. So just minimize the damage. I didn't even burn my Slanesh, so that's okay there. So, just maximize our damage potential, I guess. This is kind of not very exciting just yet. Not yet. But they're only carrier ships, so the lance fire is pretty negligible. Just gotta keep in mind, I did burn a couple of beacons where he only burnt a single one. He has like a 2-minute travel kind of shot too. But any damage is good. Oh, I didn't stick a beacon on that one, which is kind of fine. That's fine there, so long as I can keep shooting, that's the big thing. Salt Run's about to expire shortly. I have repairs underway. So far, this is not very exciting just yet. Alright. So, just keep that hit in, and also, that was a waste of a beacon there. I just gotta reposition properly to make sure I don't take any hull damage. And this will be a back for a couple of minutes, but I think we're okay. I just wish that was the one that launched the beacon, not the R1, so that's the one little inconvenience of doing a Salt Run, or an autocast on the said beacon. Because it's not as convenient as it seems. But so long as I can keep hitting, I do have my own beacon still. And let me try spot this thing at the last possible second, because he is going to boost.
Just show us something to kill.
I want to try and spot this thing.
We have sighted an enemy ship. Slaughter them.
Okay, here comes the micro warp jump. Aggressive play inbound.
Just show us something to
so we'll see what he does. Okay, just kill the shields. Perfect. All I have to do is kill the shield there, and that should make this easy. Because my Hellbringer's actually spawning right now.
Return to normal function.
There, beacon stuck. That is a good deal for me there. This thing still has its own beacon to keep in mind, but he also micro warp jump with this, so this should be heavily in my favor. I just gotta spread out the damage some. Yeah, I'm identified. I have Salt Run up in a moment, so if anything, the shield damage is going to be great.
Return to normal function.
So what am I worried about? Not really much just yet. I just gotta remember my Hellbringers need to swap position to an extent. There.
We are unstoppable.
Turn to shoot this thing as much as possible, because I have the boosters, I have the Hellbringers. What's the timer look like? About 60 seconds, so it should expire in about 30. Here's hoping. I just hope my lock-ons can do the damage necessary. Because I would like these Hellbringers to actually contribute a bit. But they're a huge liability if they even get close to the fight, with that said. But with that said, I also got amazing lance fire, and this thing is taking a massive beating. I kind of would probably just reload to get the repairs back up quickly. That thing should be all but dead. Because I gotta keep in mind, that's a lot of his firepower not contributing just yet. Even though he is technically shooting at this Hellbringer. Okay. I did make a mistake now thinking about that. I don't have Silent Run available for said Hellbringer. But that thing's crippling, it is heavily damaged, and is on fire. So I think we're okay here. I just gotta get to the gas cloud quickly. Do I have any more beacons? I might as well just warp this thing out for perseverance sake, but it's already level 10, there's no concern. In all honesty, there's no concern. Just finish this damn thing. Because I have 30 seconds for a Assault Run, which is fine. His Acheron's gone. I have repairs. That's hitting now. And I have my siege cloud to kind of conceal myself. Ooh, and a mutiny that destroyed something. That's a result you like to see. So yeah, just get moving. Just get out of range. And I'm pretty sure that's not my beacon, is it? But I do have a gas cloud still. So let's just spot him. Let's just go spot him. Just gotta keep in mind what's a Hellbringer or not, 'cause that's gonna be a big deal. Hold that thought there. Oh, that was the wrong one, but that's still the same effect. Come on, you know you want to come after, and what I'm planning on doing is pincering your damn ass as a result. If you dare take the bait. Something's warping out. Okay. Let him kill this thing. I want to pincer him. It's going to be mighty tempting bait. Do I have any other beacons I don't want to expend with that said? Because I don't quite have... Well, this is a good angle for me. I just got to make sure my lance is hit. There. The deck's gone, so that thing's not going to get to Assault Run. And I have a beacon. I just got to make sure I'm hitting with everything. Just stick a beacon. That's all you need to do. And I have a backup beacon. In 7 seconds I will, so that's fine. So fighters, just protect it and just murder them. This is all but over already. Just keep the Hellbringer alive, just for good measure. It has the health pool, and his Acheron's destroyed. No, you're not insubordinating, it's not allowed. There, now just shoot him and finish this off. It is only a devastation, mind you, so the other Acheron's still going to do a notable amount of damage. But I think we're okay. This devastation took no damage of note just yet. So just finish him off piece by piece. Also, keep an eye on my fighters, because he is shooting down mine. Yeah, this is over. I just gotta brute force the dang Acheron now. Feel free to warp out. This is where the extended sensors actually would be handy in that regard. So, get the Acheron's firing. Finish this off. There's only one Acheron left to concern ourselves with. Come on. I do have autocast beacon on everything though, right? I do. Now, just murder these things quickly, I guess, because devastation needs support. It's still notable amount of lance fire. And with, what's it? Auger Disruptor's not going to help me because I didn't... Yeah, since I don't have Silent Run, all that really does is deny him his micro warp jump he may be doing.
Tactical cogitators engaged.
Okay. You denied the brace for impact. Let's see, Acheron, Hellbringer. Devastation does need his warp out, so we'll let it try and disengage and get out.
Ready eternally. Return to normal function.
So I think that's the Hellbringer's job. Just keep this thing from dying a miserable death now. At least until Slanesh favor wears off. Acherons can also do the same, since we have a lot of health still. Alright, that was an unfortunate end to that battle there. The game decided to crash on me. And for my rematch with Calamar, we're going to have to deal up against with the 1500 range on the lances, where my space station is always going to be visible, so a little bit of muscle is going to be required. Is the spoiler what I want? It has the health for it. I just gotta make sure I see the damn thing. Because if I went with the Acrons, I have no reliable vision. I need something with vision potential. I don't think a devastation is warranted. So, I don't think this is any better, mind you, but I like the possibility of the idolators, but they're also gonna get massacred. I don't know if I like this, honestly, with this spoiler. I can at least get devastation here. It's a little bit lighter, and the points are a lot more in my favor. Since I'm not really sacrificing Lancefire, I'm gonna have to, of course, get aggressive with that said. There's no playing passive and trying to outmaneuver him. Which does suck a little bit, because my space station is not gonna contribute at all if he's gonna hang outside range, and I'm under point value. So, what is my ultimate strategy? Because I don't have Nurgle in this spoiler to even get super aggressive, but never mind the fact we know there's Micro Warp Jump. I also have Augur Disruptors. Maybe I do take this spoiler. I hate being so top heavy, but using a Hellbringer for Spine is probably not helpful either, so I think we are going to get super aggressive. Because I have an Acheron that has Nurgle, so that makes me a lot stronger in the close combat. I have 2 Augur Disruptors to deny him his Micro Warp Jump. And if I'm smart about my minefield and predicting where he might deploy, then at least... what is it? Then at least he's not going to be able to have his Micro Warp Jumps in time for the initial engagement. It depends what he's fielding. After all, we're talking about him having 700 points versus my 600, so... this probably is not going to be in my favor, and he could deploy anywhere he wishes, just about. So, I again need to be smart with my minefield, because I'm going to go with the assumption I'm going to go straight through to where he's at. Oh, and there's Celestial Bodies on both sides, so maybe what I want to do with the Celestial Bodies is just deny him being able to deploy or get through these sides really quickly. Although I need a lot of mines for that too, so that doesn't help me either, does it? I would love these mines to kind of serve as an intrusion of some kind, but I'm going to be gaining his face so quick, I don't think it's warranted. So, just to give me the most amount of room for maneuvering, I'm just going to put them in the corner, where Calamar is most likely to run into him, and I'm not. That's the hope anyway, because I already got Celestial Bodies kind of blocking my pathway some. We'll see. I have no clue how I want to field these mines, with that said. For again, I'm probably going to have to play really aggressive to take advantage of the lack of Micro Warp Jump. Maybe? Because without doubt, does this have range? It has 1500 range, so it's not ridiculous just yet. But I don't have scouts. I do have beacons. And well, if anything, this is the most Lancefire I have access to. So we're just gonna do a hard turn, because if I play passive, then Calamar's just gonna be able to stay outside sensor range, so it's not like I can use that very well. I'm gonna have to definitely play it by ear. And this looks like the same kind of fleet as before. So, get the Acheron out of the way. Which one's Nurgle? The one... okay, this one here's the Nurgle, so that's I'm fine with. The spoiler, unfortunately, is gonna get spotted, because it's slow as a mule. Which I guess is okay to an extent. I do have Salt Run, this is not what I would like. Yeah, it's gonna get spotted, so that's a shame. So it potentially could get shot right away.
Switch to silent running.
So, let's see. Let's try... I want to get aggressive. I'm second guessing a lot, with that said. Especially with the Silent Run Ore now activate. Because, yeah, if I didn't Silent Run, I'd be taking hits right away. So, not much I could do there. Let's keep in mind... Let me use my lance range on these things to determine. So, Celestial Bodies are blocking, so there is that. And I could potentially have this contribute some. Not very well, mind you. I wonder how's the best way. Well, if possible, I can always wait until the frigate cooldowns off. which I should have been doing right from the beginning to take advantage of that. So, at the end of the day, Calamar does need to get super aggressive, but the range will not allow for that the easiest, especially with lack of extended sensors. Now I'm regretting not having the Hellbringer with that said, because I'm not entirely certain how I want to deploy this. So, let's try and dodge this some. I don't think it's going to happen just because how slow this damn thing is at turning. But it could happen. It could happen. It's looking a lot more promising than before, at least. Now, let's keep an eye on the sensor range. Alright, just shoot this and do the damage necessary. Because this thing has a lot of health on it, so that's not a huge issue yet. I don't know if I want to put it on like Hellbringers, mind you, but... And I do have a micro-warp jump coming up in 14 seconds, so let's keep that in mind. I can micro-warp jump and punish him well with the Auger Disruptors. So that's my game plan.
For the dark gods.
Keep track of my micro-warp jump.
Return to normal function. Brace.
So I did manage to get a repair off, did I? That's the hope, at least.
Ready eternally.
I did burn my brace, but I also have another Acheron. Did I seriously not get vision? Well, that's a little unfortunate. That my micro-warp jump did crap.
For the ruinous powers.
And I have very little option here. Let's just keep an eye out for... Yeah, there's the Auger Disruptors, but I don't think this was jammed, was it? It wasn't jammed, so it's not likely it's going to spot anything, though.
For chaos comes.
Yeah, and it has auto-cast on the Slanesh favors, too.
We'll follow your command for now.
I can soak the damage. Despoiler has... Well, it's... Let's see, Auger Disruptors will be jammed in a moment, I guess. And let's wait for the micro-warp jump, because you know that's going to happen there. So this was a horrible composition for me. But at least I'm getting some firepower, some extra bit of firepower. I might as well just warp these things out. Stupid idea, not much I could do about it. I also had a beacon here, but there's a Slanesh favor in effect. And I have Nurgle, but it's not going to do enough on its own. Just come on, start contributing, start firing. If we can destroy Acherons, this will help a ton. And boosters are about to come back up. Engines are destroyed. Destroying one of these Acherons is a big deal for me. Because now you're in range of these bombers, which sadly do not have torpedoes. Let me try and preserve this thing best I can. Yeah, because there's some micro-warp jumps we knew were going to happen there. And out of vision. But we're not out of the woods yet. We still got a lot of lance fire. And he has no more Slanesh favors too, so... Put that thing in asteroid belt.
Your orders. Cruising speed set.
So, can the Despoiler get out of vision with that said? Although, get out of range. Probably not, because that damn thing did survive. So that was a big mistake on my part, wasn't it? Because I'm just going to get peppered to death by lances. I could get shields up to help a lot. It isn't over yet, though. I don't think the Acheron was heavily damaged enough to kind of warrant it or justify it just yet. Because I still have this here. I have a beacon still, because conveniently, the Slanesh favor did allow me to keep it. Come on, don't get stuck on me. I want you to get behind the beacon and all that.
Ready eternally.
So no beacons were stuck there.
Command me.
This thing is being stubborn on the movement, so that's a bit of a shame.
For the ruinous powers.
Because now it's not going to move.
Setting
And I don't have
course.
camo for these iconoclasts either, so that kind of helps. That doesn't help me much either, because giving them camo to kind of fly in there manually and spot would be great.
For the dark
But I still have
gods.
this alive, I still have a micro warp jump, but clearly, the lack of extended sensors show, even on Despoiler. That alone was a big deal.
We'll follow your command. For now.
So let's see if we can try and spot something here,
Ready eternally.
because I do have a lot of range still.
Tremble, for chaos comes.
And I just lost one weapon battery. Is it possible to kill something here?
Moving to those coordinates.
Okay, you slashed one of the iconoclasts. Ah, dang it, the Silent Run broke at a bad moment, so that's where having the camo would have been so handy too.
Setting course.
But at the end of the day, I could just stall, because I don't think Calamar's gonna get aggressive anytime soon. I just wish I had kept track of what had Silent Run, or what had used this micro warp jump there. Wasn't really paying attention the best,
Tremble, for chaos comes.
but I can spot him again there and force him to shoot after the iconoclast, so there's that.
Changing commands.
And I accidentally supercharged my voice shield, so that was a huge mistake there.
We have sighted an enemy ship.
So,
Set engines
I don't think that's gonna help me.
return to normal function.
There's the autocast auger disruptor.
Tremble.
Sadly, these things are gonna die quickly, so maybe that was a bad use of them.
We've sighted an enemy ship.
Because apparently, yeah, I'm just getting spotted immediately by something. I was immediately identified.
We'll follow your command.
Yeah, and
for
Slanesh,
now.
autocast Slanesh is a bit of a pain.
Cruising speed set.
It is possible for me to...
We are
Well, actually, what I should do
unstoppable.
is just try and get in his prow. Make it really difficult for him to hit
For the
these
ruinous
things.
powers. Moving to those coordinates.
Because he still has to engage there, he still needs to fight, and conveniently, he left his siege cloud out in a bad
Ready
spot.
eternally.
Can I at least get a little bit closer? Probably not.
Retros activated.
I could still kill this Carnage if not paying
Just show us
attention.
something to kill.
And that's fine with the micro warp jump, I guess. Because, yeah, Calamar's not paying attention and lost access to everything there.
Tactical cogitators engaged.
It's going to be a slow process. Oh, that's a shame. Bombers could have done the damage needed.
Chaos defense platform destroyed.
Now, I could get my iconoclast spine pretty soon, though. Where the hell do I put this spoiler? And this is why the frigates make horrible scouts, the sad truth is, because they just die so easily to anything dedicated to lances. And I could launch more bombers there, we'll see how that works out. I could have launched more bombers there. I'm waiting for kind of more iconoclasts to help spot.
For the ruinous powers.
So,
Set engines to full ahead.
I want to go in there. Probably not a good idea with that said, because I was going to get revealed anyway.
Executing high energy turn. We'll follow your command.
Best I could do is just stall. Do my best to stall this out.
Cogitators engaged.
I just wish the range on these things weren't too crap.
We're unstoppable.
As far as the shield transfer. Because I was going to get spot regardless, there was nothing I could do about that. So if this Despoiler takes a hit, that's helpful.
Once. Engines hot.
Can it get behind the station there? Again, it doesn't help me a whole lot. But I am burning out the clock some. He still has to make something happen. If only I killed one of those Acrons, that would make a big difference with that said. Let's see, I'm gonna have... Let's get ready. The frigates are gonna trigger some auger disruptors, and I do have the range. Let's do this properly, though. Ideally, put them behind.
We've sighted an enemy ship.
So there's the premature slash favors. Now,
Just show us something to kill. Engines hot.
come on.
Tactical cogitators engaged.
Unfortunately, bombers, well, that did their thing
We have
anyway.
sighted an enemy ship. Retros activated.
So go after the frigate,
Moving to those coordinates.
and I'm waiting for the auger disruptor. I don't know where they are. Doesn't want auger disruptor just yet.
Powers. Return to normal function.
Now, can we kill this thing?
Command for now.
That's all I want, is to try and kill this thing off.
Your orders. We have sighted an enemy ship. For the ruinous powers.
Now, I do have emission dissipators. With that said, this is probably not going to work, but I can dream, right?
Set. Changing commands.
Just shoot the damn Acheron already. Although it's not going to happen, is it?
We'll follow your command. For now.
Oh well.
Tactical cogitators
Not
engaged.
very exciting, I know, but Calamar's dragging out after all.
For the dark gods. Set
If you
engines
want
to
this, you're
fire.
going to have to come for it.
Return to normal function. Your orders. We are unstoppable.
Alright, so you still have to kill this thing. And he's putting his Acherons out of range, too.
Tremble.
No Slanesh favors. I'm out of sensor range now. And I do have the same range as him with these lances, if nothing else, so
We're unstoppable.
let's keep an eye on the range. With that said,
Let the galaxy burn.
yeah, I did give it extended lances, right? Yeah, that's a big deal.
Tactical cogitators engaged.
Auger Disruptor, that was pointless.
Command
I'm just
me.
waiting for the damn thing to shoot now.
We've sighted an enemy ship. Cruising speed set.
Alright.
Engines hot.
That is burning a lot of time, though, with that said, so
Just show us something to kill.
it's not exciting, though, but it is working.
Ready eternally.
Just gotta keep minimizing damage best of my ability, which the Despoiler can do too because of 400 shields. This is gonna be incredibly dragged out, but
Your orders.
Calamar does not seem to know how to deal with it very well. Oh, if I had kept those frigates alive, that actually would pay off nicely.
Moving to those coordinates.
And I'm not actually spot check, keep in mind, so I'm successfully blocking for now.
Command me.
And
Engines
Salt
hot.
Run's gonna be up in a moment. I am gonna get spotted again, but
For the ruinous powers.
my shields can conveniently recharge even if I'm spotted.
Retros activated.
Now I just gotta be ready to take advantage of
Just
this.
show us something to kill.
Also, reload. Reload's really useful in this regard. And we know what has vision at least, so
We have sighted an enemy ship. For the dark gods.
alright, so 10 seconds I'll get to conceal
Cruising speed
myself.
set. Forward to the slaughter.
Alright, someone's getting impatient. So that's fine by me. Let's scare him and make him do something about it then.
Break them in mind and body.
I don't think my devastation is going to do much, but I do have means to at least spot and maybe do some damage here.
Just show us something to kill.
Alright,
Setting course.
so there's the beacon. I can at least evade. And a lot of macro cans.
Tremble, for chaos comes. Retros activated. We have sighted an enemy ship. Forward to the slaughter.
Alright, I may have made a mistake there a little bit, but we have long range on these things.
Command me.
Can I do the bomber damage necessary though, with that said?
For now.
Because I am getting consistent spotting. Can I kill this thing? Because I can... Oh, let me do like with the Crude War Spear. Set a priority. That'll help a ton in that regard. So, there goes your slash favors. Yes, someone's bored of this crap.
We're unstoppable.
So, let's see if we can do something about this. If I knew this would be so easy to kind of like stall out his aggression on the station, then I probably wouldn't have gone so aggressive like I did it for. So I am learning something new here in this regard. Not very... Probably too late to utilize it now, mind you, but something I can use forever next time.
For the dark gods.
So, my repair's offline, so that's a shame. That's a shame. My own lack of experience could have done this better. But we forced his hand. This is something I can so easily abuse for next time. And of course I also have the macro cans to abuse this thing. So I know what to do next time. If there ever is a next time. But good God, that dragged out. Did that ever drag out? And I could say, at least, that if I had played that the proper way, then I would have won. As sad as it sounds. Even without extended sensors on any of my ships there, that could have been a winning battle with 2 Acrons contributing. And forcing him to kind of get aggressive like that. So I played that completely wrong, sadly. But at least all my ships made it out in one piece, so that's kind of the important thing. Still would have liked to have won that, despite feeling really awkward. Really uncomfortable with my fleet composition, but it still works. It still damn well works.